Well, welcome back to all of you out there that have been sitting on the sidelines since the Super Bowl. And let me tell you, of course, if you had Denver like I did in the Super Bowl, I don't blame you for taking a seat on the sidelines the past 5 weeks. But fact is, how a lot of you came back last week for the beginning of the college conference tournaments. Many more of you coming back today. Nothing's changed, guys, here in terms of the video report. I've got 4 free selections coming your way in just a moment. Going to take a look at the game between UConn and St. Joe's, and you know how I hit 3 straight involving the Hawks in the Atlantic 10 tournament last weekend. Also going to take a look at the contest between Villanova and Wisconsin-Milwaukee, the game out in Spokane, Washington, between Michigan State and Delaware, and also my brief thoughts on Texas and Arizona State. They are all coming up in just a moment. But listen, to those of you that are just coming back to the site, to those of you that have been here the past couple of days and didn't take notice, check out the scores and the odds feature here at the site. I've completely redesigned it, not only from a color perspective to make it a little easier on the eyes. Number one change I made, though, is that I changed out 5 of the 14 sports books from which you have odds presented to you, both offshore and from Las Vegas. I thought that the mixture that we had previously wasn't quite as good. I wanted to get more sharp sports books rather than squares there. You should know the difference. So you'll see the different mixture, and of course they're revamped in terms of the order as well. I like the blend that we have there. You also see that you will now get injury information underneath the games. You will also get TV coordinates for satellite channels, etc. And of course, when the regular season baseball season starts, you'll get weather conditions as well. Also made some changes, remember, on the mobile site too. Remember, guys, if you are looking at the site on your cell phone or on a tablet, etc., you're going to get a mobile site come up. But remember, all you have to do is click the button at the bottom of the page, and you can visit the full site to get the full odds picture. So again, the odds and the scores, check it out over here on the page. Listen, I'm going to get to your free selections in just a moment. Let me just quickly run down who's hot, who's not, and who's got the big plays and the discounted coupons as well. There has been no hotter handicapper here at the site than Chris Jordan, going today for winning day number 5 out of 6. And since Saturday, he's already made $1 bettors, a little over $3,100. Today, his second biggest play of the season. It's his top-rated 1,000-star second-round dog. You can get it for half price simply by using the coupon code HALF, H-A-L-F. Now, keep in mind, this is a 1,000-star play. It's bigger than the 600-star dog winner he had last night with Iona, plus the points, almost winning outright at Louisiana Tech. Bigger than a 600-star play 2 nights ago, NC State upsetting Xavier. Bigger than the 400-star NBA Game of the Month winner on the Clippers, crushing the Cavaliers on Sunday, that you got absolutely free as the charity play of the week. And today you get it for half price by using coupon code HALF. And FYI, if you have not yet made your contribution after getting the charity play from Chris on Sunday for free, please do so. Just scroll down the page here underneath the video report and you'll see all the details. And remember, if you haven't filled out your brackets yet, which I don't know what the hell you're waiting for at this point, you know, the brackets are available. Check on the side of the page, and you can see where you can view the brackets, download them, print them out if you're so desiring to. Whatever you need, they're on the site as well. Okay, a couple of other plays here. Save $80. Gabriel DuPont, biggest college play of the season, 100-time college winner, number 8 out of 12. For those of you that have been gone for a while, I added him to the site a couple of days before the Super Bowl. 100-time college winner, number 8 out of 12 is his second-round total of the year, Florida and Albany. The over-under, you save $90 by using coupon code Gabriel90. Gabriel90. Early bankroll builder for you, Matt Rivers. Second biggest release is a 400,000-star play. 400,000-star winner, number 6 out of 7 over the past 3 weeks. First round, 24-point burial blowout. It's a daytime game. That's why it's called a bankroll builder. You can save $60, which means you get it for just $29 by using coupon code MAT60. MAT60. And then finally, the $5 play of the day. Guys, nothing has changed. It might be one of the biggest days of the entire year in this business, but nothing has changed. You're always going to get all types of discounts and coupons, etc. Because remember, my belief after 20 years in this business is you do not have to spend big money to make big money. And I continue to prove it to you. The $5 play of the day. Brad Wilton, 50-time winner, number 4 in a row. It's his second round total of the year. It's one of your last games on the board. Louisville, Manhattan, the over-under. Brad 5 gets you that for $5 little. Brad 5. Had 50-dime winner last night, Illinois over Boston College. Congratulations to both him and Craig Davis. As I told you, they were on the same side of that game, and they hung on. The Illini did for the win there. Arkansas by 20 over Indiana State 2 nights ago. And, of course, last Thursday, it was Illinois upsetting Indiana in the Big Ten tournament. They were all 50-dime plays as well, and this play today is just as strong from a guy who has made $10 bettors, a little over $11,500 since July. As for yours truly today, I bounced back with a winner last night on Georgia. Oh, my God. Bulldogs give you a little bit of agita last night after watching that damn game. That was a 10-dime play on Georgia. 8 of 10 winning days. 9 out of 11 college basketball winners. And today, my best bet, my lone play on the card, other than the free picks I'm going to give you, is a 15-dime play. 4-0 with those last week. And they, of course, matched the highest rated plays of my career, and that's on Louisville, Manhattan, the side here this evening. So, listen, as usual, guys, you know, if you have ever any questions, you can always contact customer service. Use the contact us links or the customer service links here on the site if you ever have any questions. And all your various promos are on the homepage as well, so make sure you check them out. Let's get to the free selections here. I'll try to do them in reverse chronological order, depending on what time you're coming to the site. Then it won't make any sense to give you the early games first, if you know what I mean, and make you listen through them all. So let's first take a look at the game between Villanova and Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Now, the Wildcats, this game being played in Buffalo, it goes at about 9:25 Eastern time. We know what happened with Villanova. I mean, there were the Wildcats with 3 regular season losses. They lost at Syracuse, excusable. They got crushed by Creighton twice, understandable. What the hell happened against them, against Seton Hall, the number 1 seed in the Big East tournament? Looked like a guaranteed lock to be a number 1 seed here in the Big Dance. And they go out, they let Seton Hall come back from an early deficit in their first game in the Big East tournament, and the Pirates beat them on a buzzer beater with just a couple of ticks left on the clock. So much for that. Now, the way I look at it, this game, is that Villanova not only wants to get back on the floor immediately because they want payback and to kind of, get back on the horse again after losing that Seton Hall game, but it's also a little bit of a payback revenge situation for them for last year's dismal performance in the dance. When a team that wasn't as talented, wasn't as deep, came in as the number 9 seed and lost to the number 8 seed, North Carolina, 78-71 to get bounced in their first game last week. Now, Wisconsin-Milwaukee, a team that was just a middling team, a mediocre team at best, and a mediocre conference, the Horizon League, before catching fire in the tournament with 3 straight upsets, upset Valpo, upset Wisconsin-Green Bay, upset Wright State, and they were all on the road. 5 straight wins coming into this contest, okay? But listen, their biggest non-conference game of this entire year, they played at Wisconsin. They lost by 26 points, okay? Their second biggest game this year in terms of, playing from a power conference school, it was DePaul. When DePaul was healthy and had their leading scorer before he left the team late in the season. It was early in the year. Hell, they lost that game by 9, So Nova no-showed against Seton Hall. But the quality is there for the Wildcats. And I know it's a monster number, but I think that they come out with the intensity that they severely were lacking against Seton Hall, and they really put a whipping on Wisconsin-Milwaukee today. I mean, again, the Panthers were 7-9 in the Horizon League in regular season action this season. So, going to go there. Both of these teams live and die by the 3-pointers. Over 44% of the shots that Villanova launches from the field are beyond the 3-point range. Problem is, against Seton Hall, they went 4 for 19 with those 3-pointers. Hopefully they'll be on target tonight because with that type of shooting, you're going to need it to cover the 16.5-point spread again. But I do like them. Now, the early game in Buffalo is going to be the St. Joe's contest against UConn. Now, last week, first, I told you I thought St. Joe's and Dayton, even though St. Joe's had taken the first 2 games in the regular season against the team, and it's so hard to beat a team 3 times in a year, I thought it would be a barn burner. I thought the game would go right down to the wire as Dayton had won 10 of its previous 11. The lone loss coming to St. Joe's in that stretch, and St. Joe's had closed the regular season with consecutive losses, including an embarrassing home loss to LaSalle. But I thought it was a do-or-die game for Phil Martelli's crew, and they would deliver, and the game would go down to the wire. FYI, remember, Langston Galloway hit the three-pointer with 19 seconds to play to give St. Joe's the win. I then came right back with a 15-dime play on St. Joe's against St. Bonaventure in the Atlantic 10 semifinals, and then I came back with a 10-dime play on St. Joe's in the championship game of the A10 tournament, and they won outright against VCU as a 5-point dog. Well, today they're catching 5.5 points against UConn. I think St. Joe's is a great play here today. Listen, you have two teams that have very little depth. St. Joe's is the more physical team, the better rebounding team. Again, St. Joe's has some problems with fouls. Either one of these teams with little depth, with little quality bench players to turn to. Neither coach, Kevin Holly or Phil Martelli, really has that that 8 or 9 man rotation he can count on. So you always have to be concerned. But hey, look, it's a free pick. I've been hot with St. Joe's. I'm going to ride them once again. Let's remember, before losing those final 2 games of the regular season, they had only won 16 out of 19 games. And then they cruised through, but did their job in the Atlantic 10 tournament. I think that, it's surprising to me that UConn is the higher rated team here in terms of the seeding. This UConn team, they lost to Louisville for the second time in a week, 71-61 in the AAC tournament title game. And the night before, they barely escaped with a 1-point win against Cincinnati. Again, 9-3 in their last 12 games overall. 2 losses against Louisville, the other one against SMU, and I think that's an important game. They lost that game to SMU 64-55. And when I look at SMU and I look at St. Joe's, I see teams that have some similarities. They're both pretty good defensive teams. They both have some size along the front line. I think where SMU is a little more stingy defensively, I believe that St. Joe's is a little bit better offensive team with more threats with Galloway, especially there at the shooting guard spot. So I'm going to go with the points, and I think it could be a 3-point game either way, and I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you, if St. Joe's won the game. So St. Joe's is going to be the play in that one. Your next game, I'm going to take a look at the contest between Texas and Arizona State. I think that this is, without a doubt, one of the toughest games with evenly matched teams on today's card, and I've gone back and forth. But I thought, even though I don't have a real strong opinion about this game, I researched it and I wanted to pass on those results to you. You've got a Sun Devils team that got blown out in its Pac-12 tournament opener, played in Las Vegas, 79-58 to Stanford. Now, that was 7 days ago, okay? That was their 3rd straight loss. This is a team that closed the season, regular season, and the tournament by losing 5 out of 7 games since that double overtime upset of Arizona in Tempe. Meanwhile, you had Texas. They got crushed by Baylor in the Big 12 semifinals last weekend. 86-69 was the final score. Now, Baylor was playing in double revenge, in-season double revenge. So I'm not really surprised that Baylor beat up the Longhorns in that contest. Texas did play very well. I have to give them credit, beating up West Virginia in their Big 12 quarterfinal game. But let's remember, this is a Texas team that lost its final 5 regular season games on the road, okay? Then again, it was playing the cream of the crop in most cases. Losing at Kansas, losing at Iowa State, losing at Kansas State, losing at Oklahoma. Okay, you lost to Texas Tech. There's no excuses for that one, granted. Okay? Where Texas has the advantage here is that they are the better rebounding team and the more physical team. Even though Arizona State has the 7'2" center, who I am not about to try to pronounce his last name. Texas has got the nice twin towers there for the Longhorns. They got the 6'9", 270 guy, Cameron Ridley. They've got 6'8", 244-pound forward, Jonathan Holmes. I mean, these guys combined average over 15 rebounds a game. Problem with Texas is that their guards couldn't hit the broad side of the barn for most of the season on the road. Felix and Taylor. Is it Taylor? Guys, I don't know all this stuff off the top of my head. I'm sorry. What can I tell you? God, is it Isaiah Taylor? Anyway, their 2 guards really shot much better playing in Austin than they did on the road this season. And it is Taylor, by the way, Felix and Taylor. But where does Arizona State have the advantage? You got Carson, their point guard, who's going to go pro. He's going to leave after his sophomore season this one and turn to the pros. You got Jermaine Marshall, the former Penn State transfer, who had an outstanding season. Remember that incredible overtime performance he had in that upset at Arizona? I certainly did, since I had the Wildcats or the Sun Devils that night. Thank you very much. I think this one is going to go down to the wire. I went back and forth. I got to grab the points with Arizona State plus the 2. I mean, it was one on my brackets that I went back and forth, and I've switched my opinion now, even in this game. But I now like Arizona State in the contest, so that's where I'm going with that one. Your final game is going to be the game in Spokane between Michigan State and Delaware. Listen, Delaware is a 4-guard lineup team, a team that has very little depth, very little height, only one player over 6'7", and that happens to be a guy, Carl Baptiste, who is their leading rebounder at 6'9". Well, what is the difference between the Michigan State team we saw that was so inconsistent all season long and the one that just caught fire in the Big Ten tournament? It's because they got their big men back. Dawson is back from the broken hand after missing 9 straight games. Payne is finally back to almost 100% health. There's a reason that a team that averaged 11 offensive rebounds during the regular season bumped that up to 13 offensive rebounds during the Big Ten tournament. More than that, they got the monkey off their back. They took care of Northwestern. They blew out Wisconsin. And then, after losing twice to Michigan in the regular season, they hammered the Wolverines in the championship game. That was such a confidence builder for them. So now you've got a team that has size, Michigan State, taking on a team with a 4-guard lineup, potent 4-guard lineup for Delaware. 3 of those guys averaging over 17 points a game. But let's not forget, you do have Gary Harris and Keith Appling in the Michigan State backcourt. That ain't a bad combination. You know what I mean? One of the best backcourts and veteran backcourts in college basketball. Listen, the Blue Hens were extremely lucky to win the Colonial Conference title. They had to rally from 6 points down in the final minute and a half to beat William and Mary. Oh, yeah, William and Mary. That strikes the fear in everybody in the Big Ten in terms of their heart, right? Beat them 75-74. And that was 10 days ago as well. And remember what I told you earlier this week. I think that when the tournament rolls around, teams that wrapped up their conference titles early or were eliminated early in their various tournaments and haven't played for at least a week, they're at a decided disadvantage versus those teams that were playing last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's another reason I like Michigan State in this contest. I think they've got the confidence. Listen, you got a Delaware team that's not used to this. They had to travel across the country, their first big dance appearance since 1999. True, Delaware likes to push the tempo. I mean, they like to go racing up and down the floor. And with those guards shooting from anywhere on the floor, they average almost 80 points a game. Problem is, they give up 75 points a game. And remember, they're giving up 75 points a game playing the likes of NC Wilmington and William and Mary and Drexel. Okay? This ain't the Big Ten they're playing every next single night. So I'm going to go with Michigan State as your final free pick. And what were the other free picks? Let's repeat them once more. I like St. Joe's as the dog. I like Villanova as the favorite. And in the game I've gone back and forth on, I'm going to finally side with Arizona State as the puppy as well. Remember, guys, throughout this weekend, I'll have the video reports like really early in the morning. What time is it right now? Oh, because, hey, it's 2:30 in the morning right now, and I have nothing better to do than do these video reports for you. So I will be back here bright and early on Friday morning doing this once more. Best of luck to you all. I hope you make some big money today, and we make even more tomorrow. Talk to you then. Take care, guys.